This instruction is on the style and format for the Senior Design Report. As you check after you've written the report, as you check to make sure the style and format is correct, go to References and Manage Sources and make sure that all of those have a check mark beside them indicating that they have been cited in the body of the report, and make sure that you're using the ISO 690 numerical reference style. This is the title page. You may not make any other changes except changing the title, your name, and the name of your advisor, and please use the approved faculty title, name and title suggested. The front matter, the title page, has no page number. The Word will automatically create a table of contents for you, but the last thing you need to do is right-click on it and update it, update the entire field to make sure that everything is current. Once you do that, if you're using the numbering the appendix pages, you will need to go and put your cursor beside the table of contents and use your down arrows to type in the A and B. I couldn't figure out a way to get those to automate. The page numbers on the front matter are Roman numeral page numbers. You need to check that. And you need to right-click and update your list of figures and list of tables. You'll have a place for the abstract, but that should not be written until the final report at the end of the spring semester. And you want to summarize the report contents, not simply list what's in the report. You need to tell the contents of the report. In order for the table of contents to give page numbers and titles, you need to control the fonts for these headings. That font will be heading 1, and it will appear in the table of contents as a main heading. And if this font is heading 2, it will appear in the table of contents as a subheading. The body of the paper has Arabic page numbers. And now let's look right here. And citations are extremely important. Since this will be on the internet, you must cite your resources. And everything in the appendix must be mentioned in the body and cited, or if it's not, then delete it from the appendix. You can't have any surprises in the appendix that aren't mentioned in the body of the paper. In order to do that, you need to use, under References, Insert Citation, and it will automatically number it for you. In order for them to be in sequence, you have to put them in the paper in sequence. So go through the paper and make sure that the first citation you have, you put in first, and so on. Also, you must mention every appendix by letter in order. In other words, Appendix A should contain the first information that you need to talk about in the paper. Now, just in writing, every figure must have a caption, and in order to do that, you can right-click on the figure and use Insert Caption. The figure number must be mentioned in the discussion, and the citation should be with it unless you personally took the picture yourself. And as a writing comment, do not start, the discussion should be before the image. In other words, you discuss the image and then put the image there so the reader can see it after you've discussed it. And don't ever start that paragraph with the figure number. Start it with the content of the picture that you're going to discuss. And be careful, as you put in text boxes and pictures, Word will allow you to put them all the way on the right-hand side, or left, or bottom, or top. Do not violate those margins, so be careful about your margins. Let's go down all the way down to the schedule and budget. the schedule and budget needs to appear at the end of each report. You've written report for the first part of the product development part of the process, but as you do the design, you'll need to move the schedule and budget down to the end. So you need to insert new appendices for the design before the schedule and budget appendices in order for them to stay in order in the report. The works cited, you need to right-click this and update it and just confirm that they're in order. If you've been careful to put them in the paper in the correct order, then they'll remain in order for you. So just make sure, right-click and update that, and just make sure. The page numbers in the appendix the style that we normally use are the page numbers are by appendix letter, but it is there's another style that allows you to continue the pages in the appendix from the body, and that one is also acceptable. So you can do that either way.